Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. This is Toni Vanschoyck, and I am here with a couple of our amazing folks, and we are talking about vision boards. And I thought, what better time to do a vision board than the beginning of the year, right? But you can do this at any time. You could host your own vision board class. I had a whole list of things that you can order from Amazon, which really was convenient. And then just basically going over some of my notes. I know that Amy had some great shares as well, but going forward, we need to be doing this on a regular basis, at least once a year, right? Or maybe what happens is on your vision board is that you're 5, 6, 7, 8 months in, and you're like, oh, I achieved all these awesome goals. Okay, it's time for me to do a new one. So a couple of key things that I'm going to give you guys, and we talk about this a lot. And I love talking about this is that, and when I get done, I'll type them into the comments while you guys, because there is going to be some mindful work that we're going to do. But how I base my vision board are on my pillars. And your pillars can be different things for you. But for instance, my first pillar is friends and family. My second pillar is faith. My third pillar is fitness. Okay. And then my fourth pillar is finances, and my fifth pillar is freedom. Those are in no specific order except for friends and, my friends and family, right? They're number one. But the one thing is that no matter what, and these are different from core values, you guys, like core values, you think about honesty, integrity, charity, you think about, all of those different things that matter most to you. But the pillars are things that, and you should have 3 to 5 that you're going to focus and you're going to think about and bring about every single day. Okay. So that's the first thing. And here's a couple of other suggestions that you can do. Not necessarily right now, but just ideas. And so these are none of my ideas. I R&D'd them. So pick 20 names of people that you want to connect with this next year. Okay. These are people, and they could be people that you admire. They could be people that you just want to have in your circle. They may be people that you want to have in your business or as a customer, but 20 people that really inspire you and that you really want to connect with. And it could be, like you guys, who's really big on my list are Shemaine and Ted Nugent. I have loved and followed them ever since I was in school in Michigan, many, many years. And I just love what they stand for and what they represent. And I have a connection now to Shemaine through someone else because he had her on his podcast that I was on. I was like, Anthony, do you know her? Oh my gosh. He's like, yeah, I'll do an introduction. I was like, hello. So, you're just going to bring about those types of things when you're writing down and you're thinking about this. Okay. The other thing, and Stuart shared this with us very early on in Month 8, but what he does is he takes 25, his 25 people for that year that have influenced him, and he reaches out and he thanks them individually. I thought that was super cool. And it can be some of the same people, but you know what? Keep track of those lists year after year, because you're going to find that some people will be a momentary influence and some people will be a lifelong influence, like Jay will never go off my list, right? I was seeing to see if he was in the other room, just to make sure he could hear me for kudos. But anyways, and then the other thing too, is that everybody, you have to have a word of the year. Okay. And you should be putting that also on your vision board. Mine for this year is integrity. So that is a huge key thing. Now, before we get in to the first exercise, okay, there are 12 areas for you to consider in your journey of doing this vision board. Okay. So I'm going to go through those, and you guys, I will tally these up in the comments while you're doing your activity. Okay. So the 12 areas to consider: your love relationship, your friendships, self-relationship, your adventures, whether that could be physical fitness, activity, hiking, stuff like that. Maybe it's something in the arts. Maybe it's something in like city life or farm life or out in the wilderness. The other thing is also travel. That's part of your adventures. I look at every day as an adventure. I met a really cool guy in the gym today. We just started chatting, and I see how he is with people in there, and he's got such great energy. He's part of our military. He's a combat medic, and I finally just, we were in the same like little area, and I walked up to him and I just said, I just have to tell you something. I said, I watch you in here, and you're just, and it wasn't creepy. I wasn't like a creepy grandma, right? And I just say, I just want to, tell you, I see how people respond to you and your energy, and I just love it. And he was just like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. So, and and again, it's about, those people that come into your field of vision or your energy, and you just want to connect with them. Do it. Even if it's a stranger, walk up to them and say, hey, this is going to sound a little bit weird, but I really love your energy. And I think I was meant to get to know you. And then hit them up on Instagram. That's what I do with everybody. Okay. So we've got your environment. Are you happy where you live? Is your house a home? Okay. This goes back, your health and fitness, physical health, healthy eating, and also healthy aging, right? Or healthy staying young. No matter what you're going to call it, you age from the day that you're born. So, and then your intellectual life, what does that look like? Learning and growing, your skills. What is something that you want to become better at, or some skill that you want to incorporate that you haven't done yet? Your spiritual life, where are you with that? Where is your relationship with whether it's God, the universe, energy? It doesn't matter. How is that? And look at it this way, is that I always look at spirituality as one, what you can do for other people. Okay. Your spiritual journey here is to serve. That's a huge part of it, right? And how are you going to do that? What you do for, I know that most of us, I think all of us here are with Monate. So we had some other people on the call that we did last time that were not, but what is it that you want from your career, your business, your entrepreneurial journey? What do you truly want? And you guys, so I look at Monate as a vehicle, right? It's a vehicle that allows you that when you get to a certain point that you can do other things. Right? And things that you want, like Amy escaping Michigan winters. Okay. Your creative life. Do you have an outlet or like to do these things? You guys, my creative outlet, like it is probably for me is like, talking to other people, lifting them up. I was talking to our friend Ashley the other day, and she's a realtor, and she has some investment properties and stuff like that. And over this last year that I've gotten to know her, really pounding her into her about residual income. And, she's said to me a couple of times, she loves the product. She's been on the product for about as long. And, she's just like, I don't know if this is my thing. I don't know. Well, guess what? She came up to me yesterday and she's like, yeah, we probably should talk about some residual income opportunities for me. So I'm like, shh. But, again, it takes time to build, it's when they're ready. That's the difference. Okay. Your family life. What do you need to change or add or grow? Your community life. Okay. Where are you contributing? And last but not least, and this is probably at the top of the list, is, probably in at least the top 5, is your relationship with money and finances. You guys know that that's the number one thing that I hear. So anyways, now to continue on before we go to this assignment, okay, I want you to know that the possibilities are endless, okay? And I want you to spend some time considering the following. What do you really want to experience in life? You got one, okay? What does your ideal life look like? Living life by design. What does that look like from the time that you wake up in the morning, okay, all throughout your day, and before you close your eyes at night? What does that look like for you every minute of the day? As Todd Duncan so eloquently, puts it, is that you have one thing that you can never get back, right? Is time. So how are you going to maximize every minute of your day? That's truly living your life on purpose. So the other thing is, I want you to dream. I want you to dream big. I want you to have what I call it dream goals, right? Because if you just have a dream, that's a wish. If you don't have a dream without having goals, okay, nothing is ever going to come to fruition. So there are here's all the reasons why you can have everything that you deserve. And you know what? Even if you sometimes that little thing said, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. I'm not worthy. No, you guys, you are worthy and deserving of every single thing that you do. So here's the one thing, you guys, you have all of the money that you need. You are beautiful, smart, and savvy enough, both inside and out, is that everyone around you supports you, no matter what. Okay. I also get to choose what goes here, right? So choosing your thoughts, you guys, that is an instrumental lesson in itself. Okay. And if you keep having thoughts coming in that are not that are, you know, because we've been programmed, we've been programmed, that's a dumb idea, or you won't be successful at that, you're not good at that. We've all heard it, right? Okay, so you need a pivot. You need a pivot to either put on your favorite song, or you put something in your notes, the mantras, daily mantras. You guys, you probably have all seen the Post-it note that Catherine wrote. Those are my mantras, right? I am smart enough. I am giving enough. I am, I'm a badass boss. The whole thing of it is that you, by having your own mantras that that resonate towards you, you can pivot, you can write it in the notes on your phone, or even have it as your screensaver. And then every time you have those fleeting thoughts that come in, you have something else to distract you. I have to do this sometimes when I get angst or anxiety, right? I was just having it the other day because you guys, I'll give you an example, right? I didn't know that you had to renew your passport within the 6 months before it expires. And so I was freaking out because I am speaking at a mastermind at the end of January. It was like, you ever hold on to something so tight and, somebody's trying to yank it out of your hands? So when I went, because I feel very uncomfortable traveling without it, and we leave tomorrow for Miami. So the thing about it is that, no, I'm not leaving for Mexico tomorrow. It's Miami. But just to have that there, so again, I just said, you know what? It's meant to be. It's meant to be. I went, expedited it. It's going to be fine, right? Everything's going to be fine. But if I get wrapped up into something that, you know what, I controlled it to the best of my ability, but right now, you know what, it'll show up on my door before January 27th, right? I'm just going to turn that power over, and I'm not going to worry about it, because worrying doesn't create anything. It creates more negativity than anything else. Okay. So, all right. First little exercise. Everybody got some paper? Okay, awesome. Oh, nice journal, Amy. By the way, Catherine picked those out. Catherine picked them out. Yes, yeah. So she's like, Mom, we got to get these for everybody for holiday. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, you guys. And I know that you guys are at home. You've got dogs and kids and all the things, but for as long as you can, for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, in silence, no music, no nothing. I want you to close your eyes, okay? And I want you to imagine what your ideal day looks like, all the way down to the smallest detail, to the color of the walls in your kitchen, to what kind of car you drive, to your relationships. What ideally do they look like at your greatest wanting? Okay, so I'm going to give you about 2 to 3 minutes to envision this. So go ahead. I'm just seeing what time it is. Close your eyes, and I want you to envision your entire life right now of what you want. So what I would like for you to do right now is that I just want you to write down, want you to take about 2 or 3 minutes and just write down everything that you envision. You can just bullet point it. Okay, so everyone, we've taken a few minutes just to write that down. A couple of things before I give you this little next assignment that we're going to do. Okay, so we went through this. Now I want you to realize, and just some things to just kind of give you some meat to think about. What are the most important things I want to do? Okay, this right here is the planning phase. Think about the action steps to make your vision a reality. So what seeds are you going to start planting? Okay, whether it is within volunteering, traveling, bucket list items, writing podcasts, vlogs, where your ideal places you want to live and what kind of car you want to drive. Okay, at the end result, what you truly want to achieve an action plan. Okay, what you truly want to achieve is an action plan. Then we need the steps and we work it backwards. Okay, so for instance, you know, I wanted the action plan of being able to write that first book, right? So what did I do? Is that I found like the best ghostwriter, editor, publisher. He has a whole platform, right? You guys know. And for those of you that don't know, we have the 4th book that's almost ready to roll. So, you know, the thing about it is that I've always wanted to do that. So I had to, you know, find the right people, or right person really, because it's Mike, find the right person, make sure that we could work together on a long-term basis, and that he had a systematic duplicative, you know, model. So, you know, that's the one thing, is that whatever it is, whatever the resources that you need, you also need to be cognizant of that. Okay. So the other thing is, how do you truly want to live? Where and how much time do you want to spend? Okay, so this means going when and where you want, not having to worry, serious about living paycheck to paycheck, living in joy, happiness, positivity, investing in yourself, and then helping others pay it forward. Okay, so, and the other thing is, you guys, there has to be one component to this, is that you have to include self-care. You have to include self-care. That is extremely important. Okay, now you also want to address some of the things that you're going to hit roadblocks, you're going to hit obstacles. It's called life. Okay, so let's just give it up that you're going to have opportunities that you're going to have to overcome. But, and especially, we know ourselves better than anybody else does. But what anticipated challenges and roadblocks do you have, and how will you overcome them? So we're talking about me. I have no patience. I have less than 0 patience. I've had to well, I still have no patience. I'm not even going to admit it. It's just the way I'm wired, right? If I have an idea, or there is something that's gnawing at me, I am not going to sit on my hands and, you know, wait for time to pass. I did that twice already with a couple of things that I've done in the last 8 years, and I regretted it. So don't wait. Okay. So you look at patience, time, productivity. Those are the big 3. So, and then what could be the other potential roadblocks? It could be your significant other. Okay. So the one thing is that we have to be gosh darn it. We have to communicate. All right. Because if we don't communicate, how are people going to know? And trust me, I am the worst communicator. I am the worst, because I just think that if I know it, you know, I know that everybody doesn't know it, but you know, so you've got to really think about that perspective when you're doing this. So while some of these dreams might seem like a huge dream and they might scare you, that's a good thing. So your circumstances do not determine your destination. No matter what your past experience is, age, financial situation, everything is temporary. You and only you have the power to change and create a new life and new experiences. Okay, so the next part of this, you guys, you're going to take about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, then we're going to get to the creative part, but this is all part of the process, please. Okay, you have to take the next 10 to 15 minutes and you have to write a future letter to yourself. You can incorporate the goals that you want in 2023, but I want you to think of if there was no limitation to anything that you want to do. Okay. Now, I have a future letter to myself, but I kind of rolled it into this, and I'm going to share mine with you so you have an idea, and then Catherine's going to share hers. So, okay, start it off because you're writing yourself a letter. Dear Toni, okay, you have traveled to your bucket list location with your family. Italy fell in love with all of you, and so did you. Your first family trip in 4 years. You've gotten so much more rooted in your faith, and now you're excited to keep learning more. And you've spoken on 10 different stages, aligning your beliefs, and you have hit the 15 MDC all in 2023. By 20 MDC, you will achieve that by 12/31/25. You couldn't have been able to do this without helping people, without people's help, and with the productivity and given them more time. You've made the CRM a household name and have helped the MoFam be much more productive and make more money. You have launched the Women's Wealth Resurrection and helping other fempreneurs to learn about the truth of money and wealth. You have shattered all of the old programs, all of the old programming and teaching wealth principles, and your MoFam keeps on growing, and everything that you have done has led to more incredible people into your life. You guys, I collect people, not a paycheck. I love my people. You continue to look for ways to serve. Book number 4 quickly became a bestseller, and the people around you are always leveling you up. Truly living a life by design. Love you, sis, Toni. Okay, so that's one example, and then I'm going to have Catherine read her example.
Okay, so
come on in here, baby girl.
My word for 2023 is ambitious being, so make sure you include that in your letter. Your word for the year, one that speaks to you. Like I said, mine is ambitious being. Dear Kat, you have the house you always wanted on the beach in Florida. Your family and close friends can come down and you can pay for their travel expenses. You have an amazing family like the one you grew up in. You have a husband who treats you well and supports you in every step. You are financially stable and are able to give back to the people who need it most. You are a mom of 2, 1 boy, 1 girl. You're able to send them to a good school with actual education and are able to travel the world with you. You have been to Europe 3 times and got to experience everything you've always dreamed of. You are still your bright self and are able to pursue your dream career. You are healthier than ever and understand the balance of it all. You are truly happy and have the best friends you've ever had. You are yourself and don't care about others' opinions. You did great in school and went to college on your own dime and have a BMW pink and a Mercedes G-Wagon black. You live close to Key Biscayne and had your wedding on the beach with a white arch and your mom and dad walking you down the aisle, with Naomi being your maid of honor. You are not scared and still jumping headfirst to everything. Love you so much. You are gonna and are achieving great things. God has got you, and your relationship with him is the best it's ever been. Love your girl, Kat.
So you guys, so this is a really, yeah, I know, right? So Amy, before we break and let everybody go write the letters to themselves, do you have anything to add?
Okay, well, let me first grab my composure. From the mouths of babes, right? I mean, Kat's letter just shows you she dreamt bigger. It was that fairy tale, right? We've all have had fairy tales, and it doesn't matter if they've come true or not in your life, you still get to have your fairy tale. So write it right now. Take all caution to the wind. Time and money doesn't matter. It's what's in your heart. It's what you would want when you were a little girl, to put it down on paper. Okay, that's what I would say.
Awesome. So you guys, so we're going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to write this. I want you to be very, very detailed. And so what there is, please only write on one side like I did here, because this is the letter that you're going to read to yourself every day on your vision board. Okay. The rest of the vision board, you can plan for 2023, but This is really, really important. So go ahead and take the next 10 or 15 minutes. Then I'll give you instructions on how to create the vision board. You can go create it. I'll show you what I have done so far so you can have a visual. So go ahead and take the next 10 to 15 minutes and get rocking and rolling. And I know that some of you can't, that's okay. You can voice note it if you can.
And Toni didn't mention this. We're doing a physical dream board versus something on your phone or on your computer. There's a tangible about putting this on paper and making it a difference than just looking at a screen.
I just want to piggyback on what Amy said. Thank you so much, Amy, for saying this. It really is about creating that energy out there. And it's about the physical, the emotional, and the energetic connection to this project. Okay, y'all, I want to wrap this up for you and get you guys to get going on your vision boards here. So if you're still writing, that's okay. You can finish after we get done. I just want to give you some instruction before you actually take off. You guys, honestly, after you do this, you should have, even if I had more friends over when we physically did this than I did market partners. It was just fun. And it's fun to see what people's goals and dreams are, for the following year. But I'm just going to share a little bit with you. I'm going to take a photograph and I'm going to post it in our team group so that when you're done, you can do the same. Now, I sent the Amazon list. You might have some stuff, old magazines laying around. You can print pictures off of your computer. I highly, highly encourage that you use color pictures, not black and white. Okay. And the reason is that you're able to focus on what you want to do, but we see everything in color, so you want to be really cognizant of that. Now, some of us are more visual, and some of us are more audio, and some of us are this and that. Now, I'm just going to see if you can see this okay here, because I did this. I pre-did mine so you could see mine. The letter that you're going to finish writing yourself, front and center. This goes on any vision board that you create from here on out is a letter to your future self. Okay. So you got to cut out your letter, post it here. But what you're going to do with your letter is that you're going to voice note it and you're going to listen to it every day. Because here's what happens is that there's no voice more powerful than your own. So here we have that. So you guys will see words for me are affirmations. I did put a picture down here that I really enjoyed because we're going to do this in Cancun. If you're there with me, we're going to go. Kylie's coming. He's going to bring his drone and we're going to get some pictures of us doing a circle in the water like that. I thought that was really cool. And if you guys know me, I'm a water baby. I love being by the water. Okay. So you will see I have a big goal here, 2023. We will be a part of the 15 MDC. We're about maybe 6 to 7 months out from hitting it, but that's my big goal here. And if you guys, most of you know me on here, you know that I have the 20 MDC that I've been talking about in 2025, that we're going to hit that then. Words here, my family, my MoFam, two most important things in my life. But also too, you guys, is really teaching people entrepreneurism. It's not employee or employer. It's being an entrepreneur. That's a really big deal for me, especially for women. Because I'm in a lot of masterminds and 98% of them are men. So somebody's got to step out there and start giving more skills to women. But also, this word right here that I put here, billionaire, scares the shit out of me. It really scares the shit out of me. So I'm going to put it on there and it's going to be on my vision board every time I do one. Then I talked about pray more, worry less. I found out as I've aged into my, God, I'm going to be in my mid 50s in July, that certain things, and it could just be the way I'm wired. I don't know. I think I'm just more cognizant now of sometimes when I get, and I don't call it anxiety, I call it angst, because I just get pissed off because things aren't going my way. So I put on there, pray more, worry less. God is good. Life is better when you're laughing. Be happy, be kind. That's a big deal to me. And take your dreams seriously. Of course, I had to put dream bigger down here. If you guys saw, hold on, let me just show you this. I put this PDF up in the team group. This is something that Amy created, but it's got the check on there along with the car and the ranks and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, you guys, I don't care. You should put whatever rank you're going for next and then put SED on your vision board. Okay. Now you will see, I am not done with this yet. If you have white spots on your poster board, you need to, this should be full. It should be full. And then, of course, dream bigger dreams, because what did Senior Luis say? Grande sueños, right? We've been saying that since 2014. And I talked about this earlier on the call today. I put the word adventure down because every day is an adventure. And ever since I had my heart issue 3 years ago, is that every day is a gift. Every day is an adventure. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who's going to come into your sphere of life. But every day you should look at, oh, what can I learn today? Who can I meet today? What can I do to be better today? You know, it's always like what I said. I wake up every single morning with gratitude. How can I help you? How can I help you win? And who can I serve? And just one person a day, and that's a success. Let's see. Oh, and then you guys, of course, right here. And you guys, I sent this picture to Ray and Stewart, actually. I want to go on elite so bad this year. You guys, we dropped 4 spots from 15 to 19. I had no rank advancements last month, and I'm just so bummed, but it is still my goal to get my ass on that Ritz-Carlton friggin' yacht, man. I am going. Jay and I are going. And not only that, Portofino, that's one of the stops that, you guys, has been on my bucket list ever since I saw the movie Under the Tuscan Sun. So anyways, be that as it may, really get clear on what you want. You know, don't be afraid to put future things on there, not just for 2023, but also have the year end in mind. The other thing, what I would encourage you to do, I did not get a chance to do this yet, and I want you to hang this up where you can see it, but also find a way you can put 2-sided Velcro on this. You can pull this off. I want you here, just let me do this real quick. For each one of the things that you have, right, you got to know where you're going. So I talked about this. On the back of this, when you get that 2-sided tape or the Velcro or whatever you're going to do, okay, action plan. What are you going to do to achieve your goal? What are you going to do to achieve your goal? Not your spouse, not your family, not your team. What are you going to do? So the other thing is that I want you to take everything that we did today, and I want you to execute something on that list today that you can do to propel your plan forward. That is going to be indicative to having the universe open up those doors for the things that you want. But if you don't ask, what is it? The answer is always no. Always no. So you guys, unmute if you have any questions. I didn't even want it to go to an hour, but this is a very intensive thing when you're designing your future, right? It takes me really a whole day to teach this class. Like, we work on it for the whole day. We do breakout sessions and everything like that. You guys are getting 10 hours of work in like an hour. So yeah, I have this all recorded. So here's what I'm going to do, you guys. The one thing that I'm going to have Kylie do, I'm going to have to have him slice this. When you go to do the tasks, I'm going to take out all of the time that you guys did work on this when we weren't actually teaching and talking on here. I'm going to have them condense it. But every time you have an activity, you got to pause it. Okay. So we can condense everything that we just talked about today in about 28 minutes. So you can take this and you can teach your teams this and do this with your teams. It's a great exercise. And not only that, it's to really uncover and get them to really talk about what they want, because we're afraid to ask. And the one thing that I know without a doubt, like, you guys, I want the CRM. I'm going to bring in $1 million with that thing this year. this women's wealth coaching platform that I'm doing, that's going to bring in $500,000 this year. I know that I can do it because I've scaled to think that big. But what about in your business, right? We had no idea that we would be $1 million team in March of 2015, and we were $1 million a month team. You know, that. And when I told Angela, you guys, if you remember Angela Seminis, Angela Rico, she was my RSD. And then I told Stuart and Ray, I said, we're gonna be $1 million team within 1 year. And they're like, oh, well, that's kind of dreaming. That's a big dream, Toni. I got some pushback from them, right? So if you do not ask, you cannot receive, right? So you guys, does anybody else have any other questions? Does anyone want to share their letter?
Before you do that, Toni,
sorry, Amy. I just have one quick question on the letter, because I've been writing that letter for a couple of days now, and I feel like I just can't fine tune it because I want to put everything in there. Should I just put in there what I want for me or everything I want for this year?
Everything that both. Marlene, you do both.
Okay.
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 Do not think small. You write down that letter.
You know me, I think big. You know I think big.
Girlfriend, let's go.
Okay. All right.
The bigger, the better. Go ahead, Amy.
so with all this exercise is all well and good, and this is all just the preliminary. The action is that daily reflection that Toni was talking about. It's the reading your letter. It's listening to yourself doing that letter. It's looking at your board intentionally and finding time, making time in your schedule. Like this is one of those things that you're going to put down in your calendar block, that you close your eyes and you envision whatever it is you're planning on doing. Because if you think about it, if you think about it, you can do it. If it comes to your mind, then it's put in that place for a reason. So making sure that you check your heart and your vision every single day. That's what the magic happens.
Absolutely. 100% and spot on. Anybody else have questions or anything that they'd like to add? Or if someone wants to read their letter, I would love to hear it.
I'll read.
I'm sorry. Okay.
It's Kelly.
Oh, yes, Kelly. Hi. Hi. Yes, please.
I really want to read it because I really enjoyed this. Here, it's pretty basic. It's just for this year, but it says, "Dear Kelly, I'm so damn proud of you. You're exactly where you always dreamed you'd be. Not only are you a wife and mother, your only childhood goals, but you have now been able to decrease your hours at work to part-time. This is all because of your focus and hard work with your Monate business. Congrats. You have made it to MM and you are driving your Cadillac. You have a team of people who are helping others either with their hair and skin health or by adding income and changing other people's lives. You and David have finally redone the kitchen and you love being in there cooking. Yes, you cooking. It's bright and functional too. In the spring of 2024, you'll start on the bathrooms and start looking for your home in the mountains. Because of your hard work, you're able to spend more time with your parents, helping them navigate losing their independence while finding joy and new friendships and activities. You and David are planning 2 trips in 2024. One is a 10-day cruise, and the other is a big trip with Connor and Rory to Ireland for 2 weeks. Well done on beefing up that retirement portfolio. You and David will not have to worry about money in your retirement. Congrats to a great year and all the best in 2024. Love, Kelly."
Oh, that was spectacular. Let's give her a round of applause. All right. Anyone else care to share anything?
I can share, Toni.
Yeah,
It's Renee.
please. Hey, Renee, how are you,
Hi.
baby?
I'm great. I'm really excited to be with you in Cancun because that's
I
my goal.
cannot wait. Congratulations,
So-
sister.
Thank you. So I re-ranked in January with Pile's help, guiding me and encouraging me, and I didn't believe it was going to happen. And the last couple of days, I pulled it out, and I was like, ah. So thanks for cheering for me. I appreciate it. So I can this is literally what was off the top of my head just right now. Renee, I'm so proud of who you've become in 2023. You have helped enough people get what they want that it has opened up the leadership door for you in ways that you had never imagined before. I'm getting emotional. Beginning with the Leadership Summit in Cancun and continuing earning every major trip that Monate has offered this year. With God by your side, guiding you every step of the way, amazing, empowered women flock to you and choose to partner with you to spread light and joy into the world and achieve SED. Your circle of influence has increased exponentially, and you are able to help everyone, even if it's in a little way, that God sends your way. You have deepened your faith and created a beautiful life for you and your family. You have a clean, updated, organized space to flourish and to live in. You are able to travel without concern and bring your family everywhere you choose. You and your children and husband are healthy and happy and living your best life. You drive new cars with all the upgrades, and you are able to upgrade your wardrobe and accessories as you choose. You say yes to your children's dreams and have healthy food to choose from at all times, including clean, healthy water. You can provide for your parents as they age and are able to invest in your future as you choose. You have a vacation home on a lake and you spend lots of time there enjoying it. Your children are educated and thriving and are focused in truth. So proud of you. Keep shining and be a light. And I just wanted to share with you that this is literally just off the top of my head, so I can fine tune it, but you hit the nail on the head when I kept saying to myself, I was like, or saying to Pile even, like, I don't have a clue how I'm going to get back to, MM. And because it's been quite a long time, let alone maintain it for a whole nother month so I can go to Cancun. And I'm like, oh, wait, I forgot, but I don't have to know. I just have to put my intention out there. But I have not taken the time in the last, few years with my current team to even ask them what their new dreams are. So this exercise, I think, I'm sure Pile's on the line here, I'm sure she'll agree. We need to do this more, with our team again soon, so that we can let them choose and put it out there. And then we don't have to say, remember how you wanted to? They can remind themselves what their dreams are. And maybe they have all new ones. Who knows? We don't know till we ask. And then once I did that a little bit with one of my team members, she just lit on fire and was like, thank you for helping me get right back to my rank.
So Renee, I strongly encourage you and Pile do a class just like we just did.
Yeah.
I am more than happy to do this with you guys. So you just let me know.
You're the best.
I would be honored. I love dude,
they'll show up if you show up for sure.
Yeah. This is the shit. I mean, this is where I find my inspiration is, helping people realize, and it's that light bulb moment that goes off in their head is going like this, right? And they're like, I can really do this. And you can really do this. So you are on fire. So you have, the first thing that we have to do is that regardless, we have to have belief in ourselves. If we did it once, we can do it again. It is not a big, it is not, we did it once, right? The harder part of it is doing it again, because you've lost that confidence in yourself. Well, I did it the first time and then, it went to shit and now I've got to do it all over again. It's a confidence builder. It also really is about creating, it's really about leadership. Because true leaders, they're going to friggin' pick up the crap, and they're going to go run with it, and they're going to make it gold again, right? That's what real leaders do. They live in the shitty moments. They don't quit. I don't care how bad it gets if you really, really want it, but you're going to keep moving forward. So kudos to you.
Sorry, the background noise. I wanted to share, thank you. And I wanted to share as well with this vision board. I have one in my bathroom, and every single trip that I've been on, the first thing I do the second they announce it, I go to that resort, I print off a picture and I put it huge right in the middle. And every day I see it. And when I started, I said to my husband, he said, how can I help you? I said, I don't even have the time to go print a picture of, my Cadillac, my white Cadillac off that I'm going to earn. And so he did that for me and plopped it right in the middle of and then boom, I got the car. I was like, how did that happen? That's how it happened. you have to see it first. So thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Hi,
Yeah,
Catherine.
absolutely. So honored. Anyone else want to
Thank you.
share? Okay, ladies, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to have Kylie edit it. He said he should be able to get it done by today because I already prepped him. So we'll get this together for you. I want to thank you guys so much for your time. This was so much fun to do with y'all. All right, you guys, take care. And I cannot wait to see everybody in Cancun and in Vegas. Woo!